When you're out there in the dating world, you know, there's this sense that you need to sort of be the man. And how do you balance that with being an understanding man in a relationship, having an equal partner, being a good guy?
When it comes to dating, it's important to project a sort of masculinity. What that is harder to define. I wish I had more confidence for sure. I think that would solve a lot of my problems. I don't like overly confident people, but it really pays off in the dating world.
It's interesting. I'm gonna tell a story. The language of it, you know, is what it is. So, girlfriend in college was walking down the street. This guy started to basically catcall her, and she heard from behind her this other guy say to him, "Yo, don't f with her. Her nigga's crazy." And that's how she came home and told me the story. She was like laughing. It felt unbelievably good to me. Good, I'm glad the word was out. He's crazy, don't f with anybody he cares about because it's gonna be a long day.
So dating to me used to be, I used to think like, oh, I'm a hunter. And I would be fine with that. But I've since now come to think of women as people, and that f***s up your whole game. It destroys the whole thing. Here's a perfect example. Women will tell you that you shouldn't ask them to kiss them. They said they just want you to kiss you, but in this day and age, that can be a violation. So I'm stuck at this place where I don't want to violate you in any way, but also what you guys are saying too, there's this part where women want you to take control too. So that's why we're because we have to toggle between being aggressive and being a strong male and treating them as equals and partners.
It's primitive, and that's something that is like humanity. It's not exactly going to just go away in one generation of like, oh wow, there's been a lot of really amazing strides in women's rights, and now all of a sudden, like, we're all going to mature.
Yeah, a very, very good friend of mine met a girl last night. Definitely could see that they were like vibing off each other. And he called me this morning. He's like, what should I call today? And I was like, no, man, tomorrow. Call her tomorrow. Yeah, okay. And that thing of like, he likes her. He wants to say, I like you. But he has to wait a minute. It feels to me like people don't want what they can have. For me, that reflects on a sense of how people feel themselves. If I can be comfortable with wanting to be with a woman who actually fully wants me, then obviously I feel comfortable with myself. But if I want someone who doesn't want me and I want to chase that, it's because I'm going, if I can get the thing that doesn't want me, I now have value because I've conquested and gotten this thing that was saying I'm better than you.
Rewriting the text messages and like trying to like edit 1,000 times, making that contact makes me so anxious. You're probably most successful when you don't care, when you just, this is me, this is what I'm gonna do. I don't have that total confidence right now. That takes like time and security to figure out.
The game of dating, I really think it's ridiculous. I've never taken that approach. I've been told I should by people, that it's, oh, well, it's, you know, I didn't know you were just so upfront, it was a real turnoff. And I said, well, that's the big thing that, you know, we don't see eye to eye on, is that if you know what you want, then you go for it.
I mean, I had something pretty life-affirming happen to me. There was a girl that I'd just been being totally myself with for like 2 years straight. She was my boss, and now she's my girlfriend up top. No, but seriously, I was like trying to date other girls, and I was like, what is wrong? Like, what do I just, and then the one person who like was like, oh no, I mean, whatever, she's my friend and boss, I'm not even like, so I was totally always just myself, and then she came to me. Just completely super cheesy, life-affirming, just be yourself, like literally. Could not have hit me in the face any more than that.
That's really all that sexuality is it's comfort with yourself, and then finding comfort within a society. I'm attracted to people regardless of gender or sexuality. It's hard to meet people because a lot of people bring a stigma of promiscuity to that you just want, you know, whatever you want, whenever you want it, when it's really not the case. Long-term relationships is what I know.
My wife and I have been together for almost 20 years now. So that puts us at like 14 or 15.
Okay, I was gonna say, I was gonna say 11 or 12. Yeah.
I basically married my best friend. And what I tell my buddies that are still in the dating scene is like, don't go for the hot chick in the mini skirt who you're crazy about having sex with. Go find your best friend, because you can tell your best friend anything. You can take your best friend to the shooting range, out mountain biking, whatever it is that you like to do. And that's what you want, because the more you try and classify your woman in a role, the less you'll be happy, and you'll always be looking for the exciting thing, right? So, like my buddies that I see that are always cheating on their wives or girlfriends. It's like, why are you doing that? It's because they're always sexualizing women, and you can't. The more you sexualize women, the less happy you will be. And just find a woman that is your equal, your best friend.
I think as a younger man, the flattery and the ego boost of sexual conquest was more delicious to me than any concept of self-generated self-worth. I think as I've gotten older and I've worked out what deep within me actually gives me a source of pride, that far outweighs the flitting thrill of sexual promiscuity.
On this, we were talking about dating and sexuality. So when it comes to your sexuality, right? Did you have any guides to that? Like, you talked about your father being such a, real.
Who wasn't a guide in that? My wife was the first girl I ever brought home. There was jokes, there was rumors, there was all kinds of innuendo, but it was afraid of being teased. So I'm very cognizant of that with my kids to not do that, not even go near that road.
I think for me, the idea of what sex is supposed to be like came from my peers. Everyone's just passing bogus information around, and there's a lot of misinformation, confusion, and lies.
I had the sex talk with my mom, and then afterwards, she's like, if you want, you can ask your dad any questions. So then she pushed me into the room with my, I don't know if I was too young for the sex talk, but I remember thinking it was real weird. And then just me and my dad being like, you have any questions? Okay. I was like, yeah, okay.
For me, I feel like for when I have kids, I think one of the most important things is that kids are learning so much about sexuality, not from their parents, but instead from the media. And I think that's why my generation in general, we were sexual at a very, very young age. And I think that that's partially because we're being fed information that we weren't processing. Nobody sat down and talked to us about it. And so for me, the biggest thing that I'm gonna do with my family is, even though it's an uncomfortable conversation, is to have that direct conversation with them.
SoulPancake, subscribe!